Welcome to the world-renowned Carter the Great Theater. During the performance this evening, please, no photography or video recording. Tonight's featured show is about to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic.
Audiences on 6 continents, from the Hollywood Magic Castle to the London Palladium, with thousands of theaters, cruises, colleges, corporate and private events in between. Please welcome back to the House of Cards, your Chief Impossibility Officer, Joe M. Turner.
It's Sunday night, so it's usually a little bit smaller crowd. This is the connoisseurs of magical experiences. They've decided to come out tonight. Looks like, are we good? Looks like there's some, everything good in the back, Miles?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay, very good, just making sure. All right, so my name is Joe Turner. It's gonna be my privilege for the next 25, 30 minutes or so to entertain, amaze, astound you with a number of the skills that kept me from dating in high school. It's gonna be pretty fun for you and kind of a tragic flashback for me. It's fine, there's gonna be therapy outside after. So when I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to do magic tricks. And so all the books said you should start by getting a coin out of your mom's purse, maybe out of your dad's change on the dresser, and just put it on the back of your hand and see if you could open and close your hand without dropping the coin. Which, I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it was trying to teach you balance and spatial awareness and how the musculature of your hand worked. And then the book said, put it on the first finger, lift up the second finger, try to isolate those muscles, pull the edge so that it went straight up, and then flipped over to the other finger. To do that with each finger so that it would go all the way across. And the book said if you did this exercise every day for like 5 or 10 minutes, over time, it would get smoother and faster and smoother. And the book said that if you did this long enough, people would clap. All right. Except for Jackie. Jackie's busy. No, that's all good. No, that's all right. 24 minutes to go. Glad you like it. Now, my friends were like you. They were like, well, it's admittedly pretty cool that you spent this much time learning to do something completely useless. Well, that's what magic is, really, is investing time like that. My friends were like, it's not magic, really. It's just dexterity, which is cool. But magic is when something that you're paying attention to suddenly melts away into nothingness and reappears in a place where you weren't expecting. So it goes from one place on one part of your body and reappears somewhere else on another part of your body. And like you, my friends were too impressed to clap. No, so they were like, well, clearly you're using sleight of hand, right? You did the dexterity thing. We know you must be concealing the coin in between your fingers, or it's going up your sleeve, or it's behind your hand, maybe. If only you had some kind of barrier made of steel or titanium or silk, so that when you put the coin in your hand, we would know it wasn't going between your fingers or through to the backside or even up your sleeve. Then and only then, if the coin disappeared, might we believe it could be done with magic. And that is a pretty good trick for a 6-year-old. Wouldn't you agree? There's where the coin went. Thank you all very much. Yeah, so not a lot of action in high school. But by the time I got to college and I could make drinks with people, and I got invited to parties, and that changed everything. So looks like I found the level of the room too. That's good. All right. So that's my job for the next 25 minutes, a little bit less now, is to take you on a little tour of the magical universe, or as much as we can cover in the time available. Now, I can't help but notice that the men are drastically outnumbered in this room. That is very much statistically anomalous tonight. Do any of the guys in the room happen to be wearing a wedding ring or a class ring or a signet ring or any kind of finger jewelry? Anybody?
He's got one.
She's pointing out, yeah.
Is it something I could borrow temporarily? Would
Point
that be
them out.
okay with you?
What's that?
Could I borrow your ring for a moment, sir? That was my next question. Well, how about, are any of the ladies wearing
Take
jewelry?
her. She's getting married.
Oh,
All right,
not
take
that.
mine.
All right, well, that, oh my gosh, that's a little deer, isn't it? That's really beautiful, and that looks like real gold and
It is.
probably cubics all over the place. That is beautiful. I'm gonna put that on my finger so I don't drop it. Are there some rings over here maybe that I could borrow? One of the ladies in the back over here has a ring. I need three. You have a gold band, fantastic. Are there any more that I could borrow? So, one back here. And what's your name?
Michaela.
Michaela. Are you an M-I-C-H or M-I-K? All right, very good. And what was your name? Melanie. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you. So we've got 3 rings of 3 different styles. I'm going to try to create an amazing experience with these 3 rings. For most of us, it will be an adventure, a metaphor for the beauty of human connection. For 3 of us, it's going to be the moment we realize we might be going home with some new friends. So we'll see how it goes. Let's just go low tech on this. Who is my first person down front? I want you to take a look. Do you see your ring physically linked on to the other 2 rings? Yours was the one that was very dear, as we said. And then we had, who was next? Melanie, you had the band. You can see that your band is linked on. And then Michaela had the other stone. You see that? Linked on. So a big round of applause for my 3 participants. I'm going to try to get these apart now. Tonight, the trick will be to do it without a hacksaw, which is what we used last night. Oh gosh. I'm sorry? Yeah. Oh, well, how about this? Let's go with Melanie first, because I'm trying to get that band off. Oh, here we go. A round of applause for Melanie. She did great. And that leaves me with my pencil. My last 2 friends, Michaela and Hannah. Let's see if we can get this to. I don't want to get anything on the stone. Here we go. But try not to blink. 1, 2, 3. You're going to launch right through. I'm going to let you take the one you want. That's good. I figured you would want this one too. So a round of applause for all 3 of my friends. So that is what we'll call the first branch of magic, the visual, the conjuring sleight of hand, visual stuff with bottles and rings and things of that nature. There's another branch of magic. It's called mentalism, mental magic, ESP, mind reading, and so forth. I'll be honest with you, I don't really believe in mind reading per se. I've been married 29 years. Those 2 statements are related. But I do believe in strong theater, and because of that, mentalism is one of the more popular branches of magic today. If you watch magic on TV, this whole mind reading idea. So I'm going to explore it briefly, just a little taste. I'd like all the ladies in the room to think of a memory. I'm going to give you a couple of categories to work with. First of all, if you can remember the first pangs of puppy love when you were little, the first crush you had, if you remember that person's name that you had your first crush on, that would be great. Don't say it out loud. Just think of that person's name. If by chance that is awkward to talk about because of the person you're sitting next to, which could be the case, then instead of the crush, think of maybe a city that you visited sometime in your life that you would like to return to, all right? And if that doesn't float your boat, then maybe you could think of a gift that you received for a holiday or for your birthday or for some special occasion. So just you've got a person or a place or a thing that you now have in mind, and I'm going to do what I can to do a little mind reading. And so I will start with Courtney. If you'll just write down your memory on there, and April, if you'll write down a memory on there, and well, happy birthday. What's your name?
Kelly.
Kelly, are you an I or a Y or
Y.
an IE? Okay, good. Kelly, if you'll just jot down your memory on there. So we've got 3 participants. Each of them are jotting down a memory of a person, a place, or a thing. And I'm going to try to use some mentalism to identify which memory belongs to which lady. Once you've written down your memory, please fold the card in half and then into quarters. So half and half again. And when you've done that, just hold it in the air so that I know that you're done, you're finished. You're finished. If you'll just drop the card in my side pocket, and I'll take the pen. And you'll do the same, drop it in the pocket, I'll take the pen. And I think she's still working, that's great. There's no rush. I get paid the same. So this is a very, I'm thinking a very detailed memory. We'll see. You're gonna just drop it in the side pocket there, and I'll take the pen when you're done. Now people think, well, maybe he's been looking, so he knows that she dropped hers to the front, she dropped hers to the back, and so on and so forth. So I need this gentleman to do me a favor. If you'll please hold up one finger high in the air. You're Troy. Very good, very good. And then, in fact, why don't you come stand right here so everybody can see what's happening. You're going to take that finger and put it in my pocket and put it all the way to the bottom and stir. It's going to mix them up, and that's good. You can go have a seat. Thank you for your help. I know you're laughing like it seems. Oh yeah, absolutely. It seems ludicrous, but the reason I asked you to do that is because people think, well, maybe he was tracking the position of whose card went where, and now they've been put into a different order, and I couldn't know which one was which. I'm going to take one out, and I'm going to read the memory out. And I'm going to ask each of you if this memory is yours. And you're all going to say no. Right? So I'm going to ask you if this is your memory. You're going to say no. And that means 2 of you will be telling the truth, and 1 of you will be lying. And I'm going to try to zero in on who is lying. Do you understand? So no matter how I ask it for this phase, you're going to say no. Right? Do you understand the rules? Do you understand the rules? No, very good. All right. So the first memory. Courtney, did you get a necklace from your dad? Okay. April, did you get a necklace from your dad? No. And I'm sorry again? Kelly, did you get a necklace from your dad? April, did you get a necklace from your dad? Never. Boy, this really is the therapy show, isn't it? Did you get a necklace from your dad?
No.
You know how I can tell you're telling the truth? Because Kelly was the liar. Kelly got the necklace from her dad. A big round of applause for Kelly. You did great. I'll give you that. Let's get another one out, and I won't even look at it. Let me ask. Missy. Missy, if you'll just hold on to that for a second. The mathematically inclined among you have noticed that my odds have just improved. But that's okay. I still have to get it right, even though it's 50-50. Some people think, well, maybe he's got the cards identifiable somehow, so he knows which card it is. So I won't even look at it. That way I can't possibly know which card it is. She's going to open it up and read it to me. I'm going to ask these 2 ladies if this is their memory, and they're both going to say no. And I'll try to do this without even looking. I'll just do it by listening. So, Missy, what is the memory? What is the memory? Just give me a keyword. I'm sorry?
Pet peacock?
Okay, a pet peacock. I've never had that in all my years of doing this. I'm going to ask both of these people if they are thinking of pet peacock. They are both going to say no. And I will try to identify who is telling the truth and who is telling a lie. So, is that not what it says? Are we breathing? Okay. Courtney, pet peacock?
No.
April, pet peacock. Courtney, peacock?
No.
April, peacock.
No.
Okay. I think it may have been obvious to everyone on the second round that one person was trying a little too hard to disguise her answer. And the first time it was a very high and short, and the second time it was very low and extended. And I would say that April is the one who is remembering a peacock for some reason.
My dad didn't give me a necklace, but he got me a peacock.
Fantastic! We'll give her the peacock.
No.
That's very, we're learning things. So now we know.
I know.
Now we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the memory that's remaining in here belongs to Courtney. So we're going to have to change the game a little bit. How about welcoming Courtney to the stage?
Courtney on the stage.
All right. I'm going to let you reach
Karaoke.
into the pocket and take out your card and hold it in your clenched fist. Don't let me see it. We're just never going to open that one. We'll just leave it the way she put it in there. I want you to visualize this memory, and I'm just going to try to zero in precisely on what you might be thinking of. So let's see, let's go with this. Clean on both sides, very good. Visualize, okay. Keep it up in the air, keep it up in the air. The first thing I'm getting is this is not a city. It may have happened in a city, but you are thinking of a person. This is not even a gift like a peacock or a necklace. You're thinking of a person. Is this first crush?
Yep.
First crush. And so how old?
Like 6.
6 years old, okay, so very much lower than. And okay, so like first grade, second grade, something like that. Are you still in contact with this person?
No, he moved away in the 4th grade.
Moved away. Well, that's
showbiz.
Well, I'm gonna go with this. I've written down the impression I got. Obviously there wasn't a lot to go on. Not only is this kid only 6 years old, but I also got a very short name, so I don't know. I don't have a lot of room to putz around with getting this. We'll see. In a loud voice, what was the name of this little boy?
John
John what?
L. Lauterbach.
John Lauterbach.
I think my daughter.
Well, that's, I told you I don't really believe in mind reading, but I do believe in strong theater. And
I'm
that's why
gonna go.
I wrote John L. How about a round of applause for Courtney? Fantastic.
John L.
John, have a seat and happy memories
What?
of
You saw it.
Johnny.
I'm gonna be.
Is everybody okay? Are you
I'm fine.
okay? I was.
She's not. She's gonna be with
Don't do that. Wait till you're outside the theater before you do any of that. So we did some sleight of hand conjuring. We did some mentalism. I want to do one last bit of magic for you, but in order to do that, I need maybe a couple who might be willing to come up and help me. Are the two of you possibly willing to come help me? You're right on the aisle. It's super convenient. Please welcome them to the stage. And what was your name, sir? Nathan, if you'll stand over on my left. And what's your name? Alexis, if you'll stand on my right. Fantastic. Look at this fine-looking couple. Thank you for coming tonight. The third branch of the illusion arts is what we call escapology, the art of escape. And this is the kind of magic where people are bound or confined in some way, and they try to free themselves before something else happens, right? So won't that be fun? I mean, it's going to be me, so just relax, Alexa. It's okay. But in order to do this, I need some freedom of motion. So with your permission, may I remove my jacket? Okay. I'm from Mississippi. I was raised to ask before you do it. So I'll take. Oh, before I do this, as the jacket comes off of my shoulders, ladies, please do not rush toward the stage again. It's been a problem this week. Yeah, you laugh, but I made $45 this week. So, In a minute, I'm going to ask you to hold the jacket in a certain way. You'll put your left hand under this shoulder, and you'll put your right hand under that shoulder, and you'll make this little curve right here. Not right now, but in a minute, that's what we're going for. Now, in order to do an escape, I have to have something to escape from. So I have come prepared with a OSHA compliant Nashville House of Cards escape kit and first aid kit. If you'll hold one end, you'll hold the other. Solid piece of cotton poly rope. In the event, Nathan and I can't free myself, come prepared with some scissors so you can cut me loose should the need arise. This is what we're going to use. If you're sensitive to really bright light or highly reflective surfaces, now is the time to put on your protective eyewear because these sleeves are coming up. And what's inside is frightening. Look at that. Look at that. You can't spray that on. You have to grow that yourself. So there you go. It's true. It's sad but true. And I just do that so you can see there's nothing hiding up my sleeves. I guess I'm perspiring a little bit, but other than that, there's nothing sneaky up there. We'll make a knot, and you'll hold the ends again. I'm going to put my wrist in there. I want you to pull it down until it's on my wrist really tight. Don't just yank it. Pull it steady until it's touching. And now use both hands and pull it as tight as you can. I'm not kidding. I'll stop you if it's really going to hurt. A little more. A little more. Now keep the pressure on right there. I don't know if you can see in the back, sir, but up front you might be able to see my skin is being sort of wrenched into that knot pretty good. And keep the pressure on. Keep it, pull a little tighter. Now, you felt it go, another like 16th of an inch maybe. That means that the color is going to start to change in my hand in a moment. You can feel the ligaments pulsing against the pressure when I do that. You can feel that. It's kind of gross. That means we're almost to the bottom. Good. And if you'll just hold right there, now let go completely. Just drop the ends. You see how it maintains that pressure because it's the cotton in the rope, and also because it's a little damp from my wrist. I'm going to ask you to take the end and tie around my other wrist. Maybe Nathan makes the knot, and Alexis will put her finger on the knot when it's pulled really tight. So go ahead and make that. Make a knot. Pull that knot, and pull it tight as you can. Okay, more. Make sure there's no slack hiding. Somebody put their finger on that. Hold it tight against my wrist, and then I'll put another knot on top of that. So like a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Very good. And excellent. So you can't get your finger between the rope and my skin on either wrist, right? Perfect. I'm going to let some people in the audience check this out. While I do, why don't you get the jacket and hold it the way I showed you. April, you want to put another knot on there? This could be your last chance.
Tie the knot.
We're gonna make it taut.
Okay, that's a nice word. That's a perfectly good crossword puzzle word. That's good. So have you got the that's perfect. That's just exactly the way that I wanted you to do it. Actually, spread apart just a little bit. Keep your hand under there. Keep your hand under the shoulder. Now, in a moment, I will attempt to free myself from the impossible bonds into which I've been placed by Alexis and you said Nathan? Nathan. And this I will do in 30 seconds or less as measured by your watch. Are you wearing a watch?
I'm not wearing a watch.
Well, then hold your left hand up in the air. That's okay. Just hold your left hand up in the air, and you're going to snap your fingers, like just snapping your fingers like this, and you're going to count seconds. You wearing a watch? So you're going to just work with me on this. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to go. That's okay. Just pat your leg. You're going to count seconds, and you're going to give me on your mark and set go. Now I won't be able to do this if I am bound in front of my body. Now remember, they tie me in the back. But you can see they've actually got me in the front here, so you're gonna go on your mark and set go, and then I get 30 seconds to free myself. So every 5 seconds you'll call out 5, 10, 15, so I know where I am. But first you gotta count me off.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Okay, I will say that feels a little faster than actual seconds. That's so. Are we at 5 yet? 5. Okay. How about 10? 10. Why don't we stop at 10? Give them both a big round of applause. They did a fantastic job. Boy, Nashville is really different than I remember. You better grab that emergency kit, Nathan. Please grab those scissors. I'm not sure what good the scissors will be, but fortunately attached to the scissors, if you take them out, is a ribbon. And attached to the ribbon is a key if you'll aim your hand downward. This is a handy thing to have at a time like this. You know why? Because I'm Presbyterian, and this is 5 shades of gray. So go ahead and give them both a big round of applause. If you are back in your seat, watch your step. And for those of you who are interested and you want to check out my wrists afterwards, you can see the actual weave of the rope in the way they tied my wrists. They did exactly what I asked them to do. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in our time together. We've done some sleight of hand, magical conjuring. We've done a little mentalism, mind reading, and we've even done an escape. So we've covered a lot of ground. It looks like my time with you is about an end, unless you have interest in maybe one more thing. Okay. Well, I just, since it's the end of the week and I don't have time for a long goodbye, I do want to tell you that I have here a pack of playing cards. And do you believe in free will or destiny or random chance? Those are 3 concepts that seem like they're at odds. They seem like they're at odds. I have here a pack of cards, but I will confess to you it's not a complete deck. Here's a card missing. April, can I ask you to come join me on stage? Please watch your step as you come up on stage. Actually, I'm going to take a card out and put it in my pocket. So there is a card missing. You can check in that pocket, make sure there's only one. Don't look at the card. There's only one. Some people think, well, maybe there's like a tunnel to another deck of cards or something. So none of us knows what the card is. I'm going to look at it so I know what the card is. I'm going to try to influence her to name this card. So it's not mind reading, it's the opposite. It's mind writing. And to you, you're not going to know if it's free will, destiny, or random chance. But I want you to just think for a moment. What's my name? Joe. I just got your mind off the cards long enough. What card just implanted itself in your mind? Why did you say that? Did it feel like free will,
I was thinking about it when
chance?
I was sitting
I'm sorry?
there. I was thinking about
But
it.
you didn't tell me. Did you see the card?
No.
Reach in there, take it out, and show me
They engaged
the
me.
card. A big round of applause for April. Well played, watch your step. Free will, destiny, or chance, whatever it is, it brought you to House of Cards Nashville tonight, and I'm grateful that it did. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please show yourselves out. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your night.